Shalom, Israel. I want to share a couple of other scriptures as well. I want us to look over, and as I said, always research and study for yourself because I heard somebody that's lead one of these camps say that uh, Jesus is the architect of everything, that he made everything. I heard him say that. I heard him teaching his people that. I hear a lot of them saying that Jesus slash Yahweh Shai is, he's the savior. But which I don't know. That's idolatry. Regardless of what they're telling y'all, that's idolatry because the Most High says He's the only God and He's the only Lord. Don't worship anyone but Him. And even if the Most High did send a Savior, the Most High sent the Savior. So the Most High should always be worshipped because He says always worship Him only. But I heard the dude say that, and it's a very smart dude who speaks well. I was like, bro, wow, y'all really want to play with the Father like that? Y'all really want to play with the Creator like that? Okay, keep playing, play. So basically, what that dude said is that the Most High made Jesus first, then told Jesus to make everything, and the Most High just took a seat back. When the Most High, the Scriptures don't say that. The Most High said He doesn't give His glory away. Isaiah 42:8. That means He doesn't give His power away. He also said there's no one like Him. He also says there was no gods formed before Him. There will be no God formed after Him. But the brother said that, and I was like, you know what? Because they always look good. It's always a lot of them, and they sounding good, and they be barking like they scaring somebody. Don't scare me at all. Because them brothers if they leading Israelites astray, God's told they got to answer for that. Regardless of what they say, they got to answer for that. And the Most High is going to make them answer for that. Teaching people to worship someone other than the Most High, that's idolatry. But this is where they got it from. Colossians 1:16, because this is that stuff Saul of Tarsus wrote and he was teaching. And once again, I'm telling you, you come over here with that, you get blocked. And I ain't going for it. I don't want to hear it. Because I share the scriptures. It's on you. Now it's between you and the Most High. Because you can't convince me to worship anything or anyone other than the Most High. You can't convince me to acknowledge anything or anyone other than the Most High. Give Him credit, but any glory, any praise, and any serving is all for the Most High. But this is where he got it from, because this is what Saul of Tarsus did. He just confused and misled a whole bunch of other Israelites, and still doing it to this day. But that's right. Job 9:24, the earth is given over into the hand of the wicked. It's all according to the plans of the Father. So, when people say, what Doc say? No, it ain't what Doc said. It's what the scriptures say. I don't say nothing. It's what the scriptures say. That dude said Jesus made everything. He's the architect. He's the maker of everything. I even heard one of them try to say one day that Jesus was Solomon. Like, just lying. But anyway, let's see. Colossians 1:16, because this is stuff Saul of Tarsus was doing. And if you just really go through his letters and break them down like I have done and like the Most High has me doing, you see all his lies. You see his plan. You see his agenda to lead the children of Israel astray, and he has done that. But Colossians 1:16, this is what he's saying about Jesus. For by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him. So this basically saying Jesus is God. Because Paul is writing that Jesus created everything. Even everything is in heaven. The Most High is in heaven. All the hosts, the angels, the host of heavens are in heaven. The angels and everything. He said all principalities and all powers, all thrones, all dominions. He's saying Jesus created it. That's what he's saying. For by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible. Colossians 1:17. And he is before all things, and by him all things consist. He's saying that Jesus is before everything, even the Most High. Now watch, people that want to defend their idolatry, they're going to be like, no, he wasn't talking about that. He was saying, God made him, then he made everything. That's what he mean by all things. No, he said all things that are in heaven. And he said Jesus made everything. All things were made for him and by him, not for the Most High, but for him. Okay. But what does the Most High say? Not me. What does the Most High say? Isaiah 44:24. Thus said the Lord, I am Lord that maketh all things, that stretches forth the heavens alone, that spreadeth abroad the earth by myself. Job 9:8, which alone spreadeth out the heavens. Psalm 33:6, by the word of the Lord were the heavens made, and all the host of them by the breath of his mouth, the Most High, the Holy One of Israel. Zechariah 12:1. The burden of the word of the Lord for Israel, saith the Lord, which stretcheth forth the heavens and layeth the foundation of the earth, and formeth the spirit of man within him. 2 Ezra 6:1. And he said unto me, in the beginning, when the earth was made, before the borders of the world stood, or ever the winds blew, before it thundered and lightened, or ever the foundations of paradise were laid, before the fair flowers were seen, or ever the movable powers were established, before the innumerable multitude of angels were gathered together, or ever the heights of the air were lifted up, before the measures of the firmament were named, or ever the chimneys in Sion were hot, then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other. Proverbs 16:4. The Lord hath made all things for himself. Proverbs 26:10. The great God that formed all things. So who made all things? The creator or the creation? Now Paul basically put Jesus in the place of the Most High and made him God. But remember in 2 Thessalonians, now he writes about that, says, be aware, the son of perdition comes, who opposes and exalts himself as God, who sits in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. That's exactly what Paul is writing right there about this Christ figure, making him God, sitting in God's chair and on his throne and in his temple. But Paul said, be aware of that person. But Paul was writing about that person in Colossians 1:16 and 17. When you say this person, Christ, made everything, when the Most High said, no, he made everything alone. Wasn't nobody there with him. And Paul also said he's the image of the invisible God. And the Most High said, who you going to compare me to? Who you going to compare him to? He said, no one. He said, don't even try, because you can't. But the Most High also says, don't make any graven images of anything that you think that's in heaven. But don't people still make graven images? Don't they do? Because they doing their own thing. It's important for us to know that the angels look like us. Some of them, a lot of them, some of them monsters, but they look like us. That the people back then look like us. But anything in heaven, the Most High said, don't make no graven images. But don't people do it anyway? They don't listen. When he said don't make no images of anything in heaven, but they do it anyway. But Colossians 1:16 and 17 said Christ made everything. He was before all things, even before the Most High. But he was before all things and made all things. When the Most High said no, the Most High made all things. He's the creator. So he made Christ. The first thing he did was made Christ and then didn't do nothing else. He said, there you go, you got it. Take care of business. I'm good. He didn't do that. Because the Most High says he's jealous. He wants us to give him credit for what he's done and what he's doing, his work. He wants us to love him as much as he loves us. Because he could wipe us off the face of the earth. All of us. Let me let you in on the secret too. The Most High does not need any of us. He don't need any of us. You just better hope he wants you. Like I just hope he wants me. Now he woke me up, told me a Levite, gave me a job to do, which is what I'm doing. Regardless of what somebody's saying. Yes, it's a very lonely walk. Very. Because not only do I'm, have to go against religious people, have to go against other Israelites who still teaching our people idolatry. And fail to see what they're doing. And then try to defend their God over the Most High. Then get mad at brothers and sisters like me and say, Lord, look now. Old Testament, you worship the Most High. New Testament, you worship Jesus. You don't see no problem. You don't see nothing wrong with that? No, your Old Testament. Oh, okay, cool. Cool. Deal with the Most High. I ain't got nothing for you. Nothing. Because back then, when we ruling in our land, the Most High said, if anybody comes to you secretly or publicly and try to get you to worship somebody other than me, stone them. You better be the first person to put your hands on them. Of course, I'm not finna do that. But I can kill my relationship with you or don't even start one with you. Because my job is to share. After that, if it don't hit you, because the Most High don't give everybody understanding. That ain't on me. That's between you and the Most High. So don't ever say what I said. No, I'm saying what the scriptures say. That's what I do. And I'm not afraid of anyone but the Most High. That's it, period. I don't care if a camp got 50 cats, 60 cats, 70 cats, 100 cats, big dudes. That don't bother me at all. Because the Most High controls everything. If I catch a beat down, the Most High's beating me down. If I win, he's fighting with me. He's fighting with me anyway. He's fighting with all of us. If all of us come back together, check this out. If all of the children of Israel come back together and worship him, he said we become unbeatable. Unbeatable. One of us would chase 100. 100 would chase 10,000. Vice versa, vice versa. Because if we don't, one of them will chase 10,000 of us away, which is what happens now. Because we don't worship. We don't want to worship him. We don't want to love him like we say. Don't nobody want to be defending the Most High. They want to defend their other God, their other idol, though. They don't want to defend the Most High, though. Name me somebody that does. Even that, I believe in God, I believe in the Most High, but the Messiah, you're messing up right there, because the Most High said don't mention anybody with him. Nobody. Because as I said, even if he did send someone down there to do that, he sent them. So he gets the credit. He said he's the former of all things. The Most High said he forms and makes everything. He causes everything to happen, even delusion. I just say shalom.